Here's one thing that I don't think we talk about enough as a society. It's envy and jealousy. It's not the kind of thing that we typically bring up during a dinner party or the kind of thing that we mention in passing to a friend. And with all the social media, it's kind of just a sea of envy out there. We're getting a glimpse into every single person's lives, and it's bringing more and more of these deep secrets that we carry, envy. In today's video, I want to share with you guys my story about envy in hopes that it strikes some deeper truth within you. I'll also talk about how I learned to access the gifts that envy could bring me and really understand what it was trying to tell me about myself. Before we get started, I just wanted to welcome those of you who are new here. Welcome to our family, welcome to our community. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Bridget and I'm a parent and mindset coach. I also just wanted to quickly mention my free Facebook group called Raising Me While Raising You. If you're a parent, you're into personal development, mindset, motivation, and you want to access this community, I'm going to leave the link in the description below, and I hope to see you there. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I post videos every single Tuesday and Friday. So with that being said, let's get into the video. The first time I met envy, I was just a little girl, about 5 or 6 years old. It was during that phase where all of the girls would get invited to the birthday party, right? We didn't have cliques yet, so everyone was invited. It was summer, it was a pool party. Everyone was in their bathing suits. I was in a full-piece Hawaiian swimsuit. I thought I looked great. And I was surrounded by a bunch of thin girls in bikinis. I didn't think much of it. And the first time I learned to question or doubt my worth was this moment. It was also the moment that I was jealous of another girl. I'm sitting there on my towel in my full piece, shoving pizza down my throat, and I look across from me and there's a girl, thin, athletic. She was one of the popular ones. She leaned over to the girl next to her and whispered, "She's so fat." I think this was also the moment that I decided I was going to be self-conscious anytime I ate in front of another person. And envy followed me in this pattern throughout my young childhood into my preteens as I was overweight, which was a result of me being overly anxious and resorting to food to comfort me. And so I continued this pattern. I continued envying other girls who looked very much different from me. But the second time I met envy was very different. I wasn't envious of a body or something physical. I was envious of an environment. At this time, I had a pretty solid group of friends. I had 2 really good close friends, and making friends was always a challenge for me. And this was about the time I was around 16, shortly after my dad passed, and my mom had gone through some changes in her life, obviously. She resorted to drinking, she was going out a lot. That's a story for another time. And so my friends would come to my house and I would always try to make it very humorous because that was like a coping mechanism for me. We would laugh about my mom's ways and it was fine for a while. But every time I'd go to their house, see their parents, even the friend who had divorced parents, I was still envious. She had 2 parents who never questioned their love for her. And that was what I was envious of. I was envious of family. That was the second time I met envy. The third time, which was a little bit more recent, happened about 5 years ago. My first year of college, super excited. At this point, I feel like I have finally figured myself out. I had a really great group of friends leaving high school, and I'm about to enter this whole new journey, meeting new people, being 3 hours away from my hometown. I was scared, but I was also super excited. The first day is move-in weekend. Everyone seems to already have their clique. I know nobody. I see girls making friends, girls of all shapes and sizes making friends, and I'm sitting there by myself, anxiety through the roof, and I have no idea what I'm going to do. I know that if you don't make friends the first weekend, you're doomed. And so one night I decided to walk through the halls of my dorm. I see room after room filled with girls chatting and me by myself. I tried the route of making a friend out of my roommate, which backfired on me because she clearly did not think I was good enough. And I envied her for that. Why is it so effortless for her? And I pushed through. I decided to walk in on somebody's room and introduce myself. I made a friend. She stuck with me pretty much throughout my whole college experience. And so this time, I was envious of a personality. Even more recently, I've been envious as I've dove into the online coaching community. And it's a sea of success story after success story after success story, which I'm still struggling with, honestly. I'm envious of people's knowledge, people's value, people's age even. I'm envious of success. I'm envious of how much work people are putting in. I'm envious that I seem to not have as much fire and motivation and want and desire and all of these things. So envy has followed me. I am no stranger to envy. But recently, I've been thinking a lot about being more conscious of when my thoughts are coming up and where these thoughts are coming from. And when I'm envious of a person or an environment or, their personality, their physical, their spiritual, their mental, whatever the case is, I'm questioning where it's coming from. And I understand that it's something, yes, that I want. And I'm trying to understand why I don't allow myself to have it. The more I question why I'm spending so much time envying that person instead of taking action, the more I start to understand myself. Another thing that has been super helpful for me is learning the difference between competition and comparison. I'm a very competitive person by nature. So, what's more helpful to me is to find somebody in whatever aspect of my life that I'm trying to improve and kind of use it as a game. I want to compete against that person instead of wasting time comparing my life to this person, because my life will never be the same as theirs. I will never have exactly what they have. But understanding more about the thing that I'm envious of makes me realize or help me understand what actions I need to take in order to achieve something similar to that. It maybe not look the same because my life is different. I have a lot of different factors, right? And so instead of using the comparison game, I try to use the competition and play it like a game. The last thing that one of the most powerful things, which I have, to be honest with you guys, not been doing enough recently, but when I was doing it, I noticed how much of a difference it made. Trying to practice more gratitude. When I'm feeling challenged or super envious, I try to remember the things that I have in my life that this person does not have. There are so many things that I have that, this person might be envious of. But I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing all of the good things that are happening around me because I'm so clouded by this cloud of enviness that I'm in right now. And so I try to bring my focus back to the things that I do have, the things that do matter, and the things that I really want from my life, instead of trying to compare my life to somebody else's. So I try to focus on that. And those are the top 3 keys that I've been trying to bring back into my life. The biggest change is that when I am being jealous or when I am feeling envious of a person, I catch myself. I'm able to stop myself and say, hey, like, this is what you're doing. Don't do that. Bring your focus back, bring your energy back. Don't waste your time doing that. You did that for way too long. And so trying to incorporate those things really brings my consciousness back. So before we end today's video, I just wanted to quickly announce that spots for my free consult are open. So if you're a parent, you're on your personal development journey, you want to learn better, you want to change your mindset, have better confidence, or have better relationships in your family, I really urge you to sign up for that consult. It's free. You'll get a chance to chat with me, talk about what you're struggling with, see if I can help. And I'm going to leave that link in the description below. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Hope it was helpful and useful as always, and I will see you guys next time.